It is the next morning after my period started. It started at 3 a.m. last night, and now it's about 12 hours later. It's 3 something in the afternoon. I don't want to talk too much right now because I just woke up at 2 something and just not about to get out the bed, and I'm real crusty and dry. But basically, as you can see, I'm okay. I want to talk about what happened, and then when I'm up and not, after I get some food and get situated and everything, I'm gonna explain why I think what happened is a good thing. Just go over my the timeline of my period history as far as um, when it started getting bad and how it developed and everything and where it's at now. Because, like I said, with the blackstrap molasses, it's supposed to reverse whatever issue I'm having. And I really feel like it's doing that. And for y'all to understand that it's reversing, you have to know how things started and, how it gradually led to the absolute worst that it was and then where it's at now. But basically, got my period at 3 a.m. I was getting into bed anyway, so I went to sleep not too long after that, and then my cramps woke me up at about 6 something in the morning. They weren't debilitating. They were just bothersome enough to make me not want to do anything, but I could still walk. I walked back and forth to the bathroom and everything like that. I wasn't really in pain. It was more of a combination of, kind of normal cramps combined with that feeling that you get when you have the bubble guts. That feeling when you have to go take a shit right that second. It was that feeling in my stomach combined with cramps. And so my cramps didn't make me throw up or anything, but because of the unsettling ass feeling in my stomach, I felt like the only way to get rid of it was to make myself throw up. So I did that, and I also went and took a shit right after. And once I did that, I felt better and I was able to go back to sleep. And that was around 10 something in the morning when I finally did that. And went to sleep, woke up at 2:30 in the afternoon, and I was fine. I'm now feeling like that kind of faint, crampy feeling. So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm gonna go eat, get situated and everything, and then I'm gonna go over the timeline with you guys so you can understand why this is a good thing. Hey everybody, today is I don't even know how many days post period I am. I think my period ended 3 days ago. It was technically it was 5 days. I thought it was about to be 4. It seemed like it was because after day 4, I didn't have no bleeding all day. Day 3 was light, and then I didn't have like I had a little bit of spotting on day 4, and then I didn't have no bleeding all day on day 5 until nighttime when when your period stop and then there's sexual activity and then it starts back up again. It was like that. So things happened, and then right after that it was I bled some more that night, but after that it was over. So it was, we gonna say 4.5 days. Don't talk about me. I didn't seal my wig, so that's why it's like that. I'm gonna seal it when I get done with this. But I wanted to go over the timeline with y'all and explain some things. So all of this, the very first time that I ever experienced debilitating cramps was 2011. Right? It was fall of 2011, and that's all that happened. It was just debilitating cramps. That was the only symptom, and it only lasted for about 2 or 3 hours. I took a nap. Like once the pain started easing up a little bit, and when I woke up, I felt even better than I did before the cramps had started, and that was it. Between 2011 and 2015, this would happen 7 different times sporadically. It just happened at random. I never knew when it was going to occur. It just happened when it wanted to. Once it was 2015 May, once it was May 2015, it had progressed to not just being debilitating cramps, but also diarrhea and vomiting. So that happened like halfway between 2011 and 2015. And then like once it got to 2015, May 2015, I remember was like one of the worst times ever. Like I just had a bunch of nachos, and then the cramps was just like really killing me, and I just threw them all up and was just in the worst pain. So yeah, by 2015, I'm having debilitating cramps, diarrhea, and vomiting, and it's still lasting for just a few hours. Now, 2016 is when it started happening every month. So, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Christmas time. So, December 2015. That was the first time I went to the hospital for it. I was at work. And at that point, the symptoms had evolved into me getting hot flashes and overheating and passing out first. And then, like, the debilitating cramps, diarrhea, and vomiting. So, yeah, that was the first time I went to the hospital for it because I was at work. They found me passed out in the bathroom. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. So yeah, that's where we're at with it now. And once it got to the middle of 2016 and it started happening every month, the pain was lasting longer. It was no longer just a few hours, and it was lasting. It was like a lingering pain after the fact. You know, like how I said before, once the pain started to ease up and I could fall asleep, I would wake up and I would feel better than I did before I started experiencing pain. But now at this point, I'm getting through the worst part of it after a few hours, and then the rest of the day there's like this lingering pain. It's functional pain where I could like walk around and do stuff. I've actually gone to work because I didn't have a choice. Went to work at Amazon during the like after effect, but it's still like pain. So of course in November of 2016, I ended up going to the hospital again because I was downtown at work. I actually left work because I felt it about to happen, but my dumb ass got on the train instead of calling an Uber. So I got sick on the train and the ambulance had to come get me. And it was the same thing, you know. Hot flashes, overheating, feeling like I'm about to pass out. I didn't actually pass out. I hopped off the train when I felt like I was about to pass out, got some fresh air, because that's what I need when I'm feeling like that. I need cold, fresh air blasting in my face. Threw up. And I was having the debilitating cramps, and the ambulance had to come get me. And once again, it was like that lingering pain even after I left the hospital. Like I was feeling better, but there was still that little bit of pain. So then, of course, in January of 2017, that was the first month that I quit dairy cold turkey, because I actually got sick again in the beginning of January. So my next period after going to the hospital, I got sick again, and So yeah, after that, that was when I was like doing the research and everything, and thinking, okay, dairy might be an issue for me. So I quit cold turkey, and then of course the next month, my period was completely painless, and I just kept doing that. Now gradually over time, between January 2017 and the middle of 2018, my pain started to come back slowly but surely. So I wasn't having painless periods anymore, but I was having like functional periods. And then once it became the middle of 2018, I was back to debilitating periods every single month. So from 2018, summertime of 2018 till I'm gonna say September of 2019, debilitating periods every single month. There were like maybe 2 or 3 months in there where I was trying, remedies, and they were like helping, so I wasn't dying, but I was still in pain. But every other time besides that, I'm just in bed for 2 days. So at this point, the pain is lasting 2 days now. Can't get out of bed at all the first day. Like the first 24 hours, I don't shower, I don't brush my teeth, I don't change my pad, I can't do anything. I literally cannot move. And then the second day, it's like I'm in recovery or something, like after having a surgery. So I'm still in a lot of pain, and I can get up like towards the end of the night, and I shower, brush my teeth, eat something really light. I still can't fully like eat a real meal yet. And then yeah, I just stay in bed the rest of the night after that. And then for like a whole week or so after that, my appetite is just completely fucked up, and I barely eat. If I do eat, it'll be like some random junk food, like at the end of the day or something. So that was what it got to be. That was my period at its worst. Just all of the above symptoms, plus 2 days of just not even functioning, and then like a week or so of my appetite being fucked up, where I lose like 5 pounds. I would literally lose and gain the same 5 pounds every month. So in September of 2019, that's when I first tried Epsom salt, and you guys probably have seen my video about that. If not, I'll link it. But that was another completely painless period, full of energy and just feeling super healthy and great. But of course, I didn't have that same experience any more times after that. I don't know why. And ever since then, I've just been trying different things. So after the Epsom salt, I tried the Epsom salt for like 4 months, and after the fourth month, I realized it just wasn't gonna work anymore. So so what is that? September, October, November, December. All right, so in January and February, I was waiting for my maca root to get here, I think, and I believe I used the maca in March and April. Yeah. And then in those periods, you know, they were better. They weren't debilitating, but they were still painful. I didn't get sick, but they were still painful. And then May, I went back to trying the Epsom salt because I was like, it's been a while since my body has had it in my system, so maybe it'll work better now. And it pretty much was like the same effect as the maca root had, which was just not debilitating, but still painful. And I didn't like get out of bed much. So then June was of course the first time. No. I think I did the Epsom salt in May and June. Yeah, because July is the first time I tried the black strap. So The reason I just went over this whole timeline and like explaining how my symptoms evolved is because I want to explain how the black strap seems to be reversing that. So, based on what happened last month when I used it and what has happened this period, I am, as far as my symptoms go and how I feel, I'm now back to like how it was when this whole thing first started happening, which is me experiencing like the worst part of the pain on the first day for just 2 or 3 hours, and then feeling fine after that. I don't feel better than I did before the pain started, but I just feel like I have regular cramps after that. And then after day one, completely fine. There's no vomiting. Like I said in the other clip, I threw up this time just because I made myself throw up because I just didn't like the feeling in my stomach and it hadn't gone away after like 4 hours. And I knew I would feel better if I threw up, but my pain wasn't forcing my body to vomit like, like it usually does. I feel like I, between 2011 and now, I took like a million steps back, and now I feel like I've taken a million steps forward. So I really believe if I keep taking the black strap consistently, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I had a ton of dairy ice cream this month. So the fact that I wasn't dying after that is a really good sign. I know I'm not supposed to be eating dairy, but every now and then I need some chocolate ice cream, and the dairy ice cream is just so much creamier and rich than the non-dairy ice cream. So I just couldn't help myself this month. I had chocolate ice cream like 3 or 4 times. And also, I ate at a couple places that put cheese on my food when they weren't supposed to. So I actually had some cheese, which really fucks me up, and I didn't get sick. So that's great. But yeah, I feel like if I keep taking the black strap consistently, it'll eventually get to the point where my period is completely back to normal. Another thing is that my cycle has gotten shorter over the past 3 months. So my cycle for the past few years, since it's been really bad, has fluctuated between like 35 and 45 days. Not 45, 42. Yeah, it'll be like between like 30 and 42 days. It would fluctuate. Most of the time staying in the range of like 35. So like on my period, it averages out to 34 or 35 days. So a few months ago, my period was 37 days. My cycle was 37 days long. Then in June, my period was 35 days long. My cycle was 35 days long. And then July, my cycle was only 32 days long. So it's getting shorter and shorter, which is good because I feel like, a good cycle is like 28, 30 days maybe. So that's another good thing. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So I'm still rooting for Blackstrap right now. If anybody wants to try it and see if it works for them as well as it's working for me, I'm like really excited to get to the point of having just a completely healthy period again. So of course I'm gonna be back next month with another update, but that's all I have for right now. And if you have any questions, of course leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer everything to the best of my knowledge. I'm not a doctor, of course, and you definitely should do your own research, but I'm just here to like lend a helping hand. Alright, I'll see you guys for another period vlog in August. Well, it is August because I'm late as hell uploading this, but you know what I mean. For my August 2020 period vlog. But alright, bye.